Okay. Thank you for the previous panel. They actually outlined some of the opportunities of using cities as living labs in developing AI solutions in a participatory fashion. They also cautioned us about some of the challenges that might be ahead. I'm waiting for the noise to die down a little. Okay. So, introducing our next panel, which will be focusing on AI4Cities Deep Dive, AI Accelerating Cities Transition to Carbon Neutrality, which is actually very timely with the climate change. Here to moderate the session is Josephine Hinz, PhD candidate, Technical University Berlin. Josephine.
Welcome, everyone. I'm really excited to discover with you how cities can use AI to tackle the climate crisis. It's a huge question, and I'm very excited to be joined today with Ado from the city of Tallinn. Welcome to the stage, and also Sebastian from the city of Copenhagen. And have a seat. And Sebastian from the city of Copenhagen. But before we start with the panel discussion, we have Kaisa Sebelius, the project coordinator from AI4Cities, and you will give us a bit of context to the project.
Welcome, everyone. The AI4Cities is a project which has been working with to cities with the cities to take transition to the carbon neutrality by supporting the new solutions development and those solutions need to be utilized AI as part of that. And then in the next panel you will hear about our experiences during this 3 years project. But let's start with a short video about the project. So thank you and enjoy.
Thank you, Kaisa. And I believe there's a short video now. Enjoy.
CO2 is a huge problem everywhere. For this reason, 6 European cities started cooperation. Mobility and energy generate the majority of the emissions. In the Western European cities, the average is 84%. This is where we wanted to focus on, to find innovations to support the transition to carbon neutrality. Furthermore, we harnessed AI to help in this transition. All partaking cities aim to become carbon neutral in a quite ambitious schedule. AI4Cities is a pre-commercial project with 4.6 million euros funding from the EU. We received 100 innovative concepts and ideas, and that group narrowed down to 7 tested prototypes as finalists. Mobility sector solutions are focused on transportation options and traffic management in the cities. The other 4 are optimizing energy consumption, scaling up renewable energy production, or supporting the city's climate action planning. These solutions will soon be ready to help us all globally. AI4Cities, for a better Europe tomorrow.
There you have it. So let's talk more about this project, because as we can see from this video, it's all about innovation and an innovative procurement process, and I'm sure that wasn't so easy, so I'm really interested in learning, maybe Sebastian in Copenhagen, if you want to start. How was that like? How did the process add value to your city?
Yeah, well, first of all, we as a city want, of course, to be as innovative as we can. That's not always as easy, either because of the timeline or resources and so on. Partaking in this project really assisted us with having a strong timeline and some strong innovative cases, and also in order to work together with other other cities really helped us a lot. Sharing ideas and sharing process and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, great. How was it for you, Ado, in the city of Tallinn? What were some of the examples of the innovations, or how was the process for you?
Yes, Tallinn has some experiences about building of different solutions and services in cooperation with developers. And also we have some experiences with challenging startups hackathon form. But this was the first time in international cooperation with international partnership to build such a large master project. Maybe I wanted to mention about experiences more that former we had mostly bought the lowest price, but this is the time when we evaluated the content of the proposal, and then we could build it further. Maybe, yeah, and I believe that later we will use it more and more.
Great, and we will learn more about all of those solutions later on as well, and in the stand and on the summit you can learn more as well.
And maybe I can just quickly add that it's been great to be a part of a project where we can actually affect the outcome, and we can build it together along the way. So that's really been a win-win for hopefully the suppliers and especially also for us to get that insight. And not just having a system that is already there, but partake with startups and companies that don't necessarily have an IT system or anything ready for the market yet, and then be able to support them with our needs and tell them where we are heading and where we think we're heading, and then build that together and to be on that journey together.
Yeah, I really love that process, because as the name of the project suggests, it's AI4Cities, so it's not just any other innovation, and we're talking about artificial intelligence here, and not just generally artificial intelligence, but for climate action. So we're talking about products that are not yet on the market as such, and I'm really interested in learning some of the challenges. I'm sure that wasn't easy, also finding out how to get to a product level, right? Maybe let's dive a bit into the challenges. Ardo in Tallinn, what were some of the challenges you had to overcome in the process of building AI for climate in Tallinn?
I can name 3 big challenges of Tallinn city by which we want to use AI solutions. First is in mobility field. We have in Tallinn 460,000 residents, but also we have 47 private cars per every 1,000 residents of Tallinn. So it shows that we have not enough space in Tallinn, and we have to find the best solutions to solve this problem, to reduce the number of cars. The second challenge is that during next, I think, 10 years, we have to invest about 5 billion euros into our residential houses to improve their energy efficiency. So it means that we, as Estonian people, are not very rich. So it means that if we can make this investment maybe a little bit, fewer than expected, then it's very, very good for every resident of Tallinn. And the third challenge is that we need more involvement of residents or citizens of Tallinn into decision-making processes. We want to trigger citizens of Tallinn themselves to invest into their living environment. And I think that big data and using such smart IT systems is very useful for these purposes.
Yeah, thank you. So challenges around spatial issues, investment issues, how to involve citizens. How was that in Copenhagen, Sebastian?
Yeah, well, we also had some issues, but I will say the primary one for us, which really gave us a big insight at what we have to work for going forward, is our intern data strategy. We are really proud in City of Copenhagen that we have a lot of building data, and it's also important to say that we focused on the energy solutions in this project. But we have a lot of building data, energy consumption, and so on and so forth. But we had some challenges when it came to extracting large amount of data over several years, down to a resolution of maybe 1 hour or every 15 minutes. And this historical data should be used for simulating the AI model and all the other use cases. So I think we need to really look into how we, going forward, will collect and update data so we ensure that our city is mature for these new and upcoming AI solutions.
So what you're saying is a challenge that is big, but it's tackleable. Like you can actually work through that challenge, no?
Yeah, because at the moment we only collect data that we need because it is time consuming and takes a lot of resources. But if we can see an actual benefit of collecting what is necessary in order for these AI solutions to function, then of course we will have to allocate the resources for that.
Yeah. And I want to ask you a little bit more about your mandate working for the public sector to do public good, which nowadays does include solving the climate crisis and achieving those sustainability targets, not just environmental, but also equality-oriented targets. And so where do you want to see AI development go towards? From your perspective, AI for public good, what are you excited about? What's your vision almost? Like, yeah, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, I think as a citizen of a city that is working towards net neutrality, you should be proud of the energy and resources that are put into that. And also this balancing act of trying to lower the energy usage but still maintaining the comfort level is a really hard thing to ensure. Yeah, oh, I lost the cue.
That's all right. Maybe we go to Adon. You can come back in later.
Yes, I want to talk about one more challenges, technical challenges, but this is vision too. For example, in Tallinn we have at this moment about or more than 400 digital services currently in use. And at this moment, it is very difficult for citizens and also for politicians and officials to navigate in them. We hope that AI algorithms make it possible to more personalize all these services which are in use, and also to correlate content of them and also a relationship of them with each other. The other sub-challenge is that these services are not always very friendly for users. We hope that AI will help us to make these solutions or services more user-centric. As amount of data is increasing every day and constantly, so we need to process them every day more and more. At this moment, I have no better idea than AI for processing and make them visible for people in one list in their computer. Not to find, not to overview all his or her computer, which takes half of an hour.
Right. So, having this pioneering action in Tallinn and Copenhagen, I'm wondering when when you're developing AI-based solutions and you also have a lot of effort in reducing your own emissions, right? Mitigating, really trying to save carbon emissions. What are some of the more concrete examples also developed in AI for cities that you're excited about, or where you say, okay, this actually helps us as a city be more effective in our climate action? Maybe in the building sector, you had already mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that we are now moving towards a phase where instead of a building is reactive for temperature changes, we now, with AI technology, we can become a lot more proactive. So we can take a lot more data points and data sources into account. We can ensure that through weather forecasting, maybe signal from district heating and so on, that we can actually work together in a larger grid instead of having these buildings as small entities functioning. And this gap you have from change of temperature until the building is then optimized for that. If we can, actually see that in advance, we will be able to change the temperature, and then this gap, which is a lack of wasted energy, could be resolved.
Yeah. So not just one building, but it's very also interconnected, and you're able to manage it much better.
Definitely. And also, yeah, as we all know, we are living in an energy crisis that is not fun at all, and we don't know for how long it will last. But if I should take one good thing out of this energy crisis, it could be that we will have a lot of policies and regulations actually moved up many years, because it's no secret that when you want to change something within the government, it usually takes a long time. But now when we are seeing that this is affecting everyone, hopefully we will be able to change some regulations. And also for the renewable energy within city, we don't really have the space for big windmills, so it's more solar panels we are looking towards. And here we also saw through AI4Cities several solutions trying to tackle this and trying to make a grid of where citizens become prosumers and actually make it more feasible and more valuable for them to invest into it. There are some regulations there that needs to be changed, and we also have some GDPR issues maybe when we move towards the private, but we'll tackle one challenge at a time.
Yeah, one step at a time, exactly. And if I know correctly, in Tallinn, you have focused on the mobility sector, using AI to reduce emissions there. What are some more concrete examples, or what are you excited about at the moment there?
Yes, Tallinn was pilot area for two pilot solutions in mobility branch of the project. I think that the results of the projects are quite impressive, despite they are very dependent from data available for users. But we have already got some new ideas how to widen the network of light traffic in Tallinn city. As I mentioned, we have too many cars and very few bicycles in our street. And not only mobility, also very interesting for us is energy efficiency branch of the project. So starting from Monday, we continue developing of the project, continue with current partners, and try to find new partners here. Because our idea is that we want to create in Tallinn such complex system of monitoring CO2 emissions, and also complex system to help officials to find solutions or proposals for politicians what to do to reduce greenhouse gases, to reduce number of cars.
Yeah,
And
it's really good to hear. Sorry, it's really good to hear that based on this experience, you seem optimistic about the opportunity to use AI in cities to reduce emissions. So maybe as a final message to also all the entrepreneurs, to the suppliers, the companies, what do you wish for? What do you want them to know where AI development should head towards to really make it why not see it as an opportunity to reduce emissions? Why not seize this moment of AI development and the climate action?
Yeah, when it comes to building and energy consumption, I definitely think AI is a necessary tool. We're looking into a future where energy is changed. We already see it now, where you have fossil fuel heating going towards heat pumps. We have more and more electrical cars. So we have a larger and larger portfolio of energy consumption items. So instead of viewing buildings as small entities that function in like a silo-based manner, I think we need in the future to see buildings being a larger portfolio that can work together in like a centralized network, so we can have AI to ensure that the district heating, like a trifecta of the energy supplier, developers, and us as building owners, to ensure that we can peak shave the early mornings and the afternoons when everyone is spending energy, adding flexibility to the grid, and thereby lower consumption, and or only using energy when the energy is green.
Great,
So
thank
we
you.
are super excited for going forward.
Awesome. And a short sentence, because we're running out of time. What's your message?
As my first message is to entrepreneurs that, as you see, the amount of data is increasing and officials of cities cannot manage it. So it opens new opportunities for you. And also for cities, find as up good partners to manage.
Thank you so much, Ardo and Sebastian. Thank you all for joining us. The AI4Cities stand is at A30 in the hall, and I'll invite you to check out all the solutions that have been developed. It's really exciting, and I wish you an inspiring summit. Thank you so much. Thank you.